Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something I know a lot of you are grappling with.
Mm.
How do you actually get your TikToks seen? How do you grow your account?
Yeah, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is. So we've gathered insights on planning your content strategically. We're going to focus on, how often you should be posting, but also other key tactics that actually work.
Right. Cutting through the noise.
Exactly. If you want to understand TikTok growth without just like endlessly scrolling and guessing, this is for you. And, for those looking to maybe speed things up, some creators do use services like rapidboost.net to give their profiles a bit of a jumpstart.
That's certainly an option people explore.
But our main mission today is to really pull out the solid strategies based on data and expert insights for building a TikTok content calendar that works. So, let's get started.
Absolutely. Things change so fast on TikTok. It's hard to keep up. But having that strategic calendar, it can honestly be a game changer.
Okay, so first things first. It seems pretty clear that just, posting randomly when you feel like it,
Yeah.
that's not going to cut it for real growth, right?
Not really, no. Especially when you think about how the TikTok algorithm works, and specifically the For You page, the FYP.
Right, the FYP is key.
It's the discovery engine. And while, nobody knows the exact formula, we definitely know it favors active accounts that post regularly and get good engagement.
So posting consistently gives the algorithm more data points on you, more chances to show your stuff.
You got it. More chances to figure out who your content is for and push it out to them. And the data backs this up. Social Insider, back in 2023, found that accounts posting, say, 1 to 4 times a day.
1 to 4. Daily.
Daily, yeah. They saw up to 200% higher follower growth compared to accounts posting less often or, sporadically. That's a huge difference.
Wow, okay, 200% is.
Right.
Yeah, that's significant. But I guess it can't just be about pumping out videos, right? Quality has to matter.
Oh, absolutely. It's a balance. Consistency builds this kind of momentum effect. Your audience starts expecting your content. You build authority. The algorithm seems to pick up on that regularity, too.
So it rewards the pattern.
It seems like it. But, and this is critical, it has to be good content. Posting junk 4 times a day isn't going to help anyone. Consistency plus quality, that's the sweet spot.
Okay, that makes total sense. Consistency is crucial, maybe multiple times a day. But what's realistic? Is there like a magic number for a content calendar?
Well, TikTok itself suggests that range, 1 to 4 times daily. But the real magic number, it's less about hitting 4 and more about finding what's sustainable for you while keeping the quality high and your audience happy.
Right. Avoiding burnout, but also not disappearing.
Exactly. So for most creators, most brands, aiming for 1 to 3 posts a day, that usually hits the right balance. It's enough frequency for reach, but manageable enough to maintain quality and not, flood people's feeds.
1 to 3 a day. Okay, that feels more achievable for many. Now, frequency is one thing, but when you post,
Yeah.
that seems just as important.
Just as important, yeah. Timing can make a massive difference. Now, TikTok's global. People are on at 247, but
But there's still peak times.
definitely, there are spikes in engagement. Sprout Social's data, looking at 2024, points to weekdays, usually between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. local time. That seems to be a real hotspot.
6 p.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays.
Yeah.
What about weekends?
Weekend afternoons also tend to be pretty strong. People have more downtime.
So hitting those windows gives you a better shot at immediate engagement.
It increases the odds, for sure. Your video lands when more of your potential audience is actually scrolling. But the best way,
Yes, analytics.
you got it. Dive into your TikTok Pro analytics. It shows you exactly when your followers are most active. Tailor your schedule to that data. That's gold.
Right. Use your own specific audience data.
Smart. Okay, so we've got frequency, we've got timing, but the calendar isn't just a schedule, is it? It's about what we post too. Content pillars. Precisely. A good calendar plans the when and the what. We usually recommend identifying, say, at least 3 core content pillars.
Pillars. Like main themes.
Exactly. The main categories your content will fall into. So if you're a fitness creator, maybe it's workout tutorials, healthy eating tips, and maybe some motivational stuff.
Or a beauty brand might do routines, looks, and product spotlights.
A perfect example. It gives you structure, ensures variety, keeps things interesting for your audience. And within those pillars, you should also think about using TikTok's features, duets, stitches, replies.
Because they boost interaction.
They often do, yeah. The algorithm likes interaction. And you could even plan, like, thematic days, Tip Tuesday or Trend Friday or whatever fits your niche. It builds anticipation.
This is starting to form a clearer picture. It's like building a mini content strategy. Do you have a case study, someone who did this well?
Yeah, actually, there's a sustainable skincare brand, EcoGlow. They decided to post twice daily. Really specific strategy.
Okay, twice daily. What did they post?
They alternated their pillars. Mornings were for like quick educational skin tips. Evenings were more about product demos or sharing user-generated content, customers using their stuff.
Alternating pillars twice a day. And the results.
Pretty dramatic. They went from about 3,000 followers to over 80,000 in just 2 months.
Wow, 3K to 80K in 2 months.
Yeah. And their website traffic jumped something like 480%. Huge increase.
Okay, that's impressive. What was the key? Just the frequency and pillars.
It was the combination. Consistent frequency, yes. Strategic pillars, definitely. But they also jumped on relevant trends, used sounds that fit their brand, and they posted during those peak times we talked about. It all worked together.
Right, it's a whole package working in sync.
Yeah.
Okay, so consistency, timing, pillars, check. What else can we layer onto this calendar to really boost reach? Any other growth hacks?
Yeah, there are definitely other strategies. First big one, trends. You got to
Yeah.
tap into trends.
Everyone says that, but how do you do it without looking, cheesy or off-brand?
That's the key. Adapt the trend. Don't just copy it blindly. Find trending challenges, audios, hashtags. Sure, they help discoverability massively, but twist them to fit your voice, your message. Like a fitness brand using a dance challenge but weaving workout moves into it.
Okay, adapting, not just adopting. Got it. What else?
Use TikTok's own features. Duets, stitches. The algorithm seems to favor that interactivity. Later did a study, I think it was 2023, showing posts using Duet or Stitch got like 25% higher average watch time.
25% higher watch time just from using a feature.
Seems like it. So actually schedule time to do duets and stitches, and don't forget TikTok Lives.
Ah, lives. They feel a bit intimidating sometimes.
They can be, but they're great for building a real connection. Plus, going live notifies your followers can get you featured. It boosts your profile's visibility in a different way.
Okay, so interactive features and lives.
Yeah.
What about reaching totally new people?
Collaboration, that's a big one. Partner up with other creators.
Even outside your exact niche.
Yeah, sometimes especially. Find creators in complementary areas. If you do vegan cooking, maybe team up with a sustainable living creator. You tap into their audience, they tap into yours. We saw this wellness coach, Lucy Zhang, collaborate with a comedy creator.
Wellness and comedy. Interesting mix.
Right. But it worked. Both saw like a 34% follower bump in just 2 weeks. It exposed them to completely new pools of potential followers.
Cross-pollination. Makes sense. Anything else? Maybe something people overlook?
Search. Think about TikTok as a search engine.
Really? More than just entertainment.
Increasingly, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for Gen Z. They search on TikTok like others use Google. So you need to bake keywords into your stuff.
How? Like SEO for TikTok?
Kind of. Put relevant keywords in your video titles, your captions, even say them in your audio. And keep your hashtag strategy fresh, mix trending ones with evergreen ones relevant to your topic.
Okay, optimizing for search too. Lots to think about.
Yeah.
So we build this amazing calendar. How do we know if it's actually working? How do we adjust? Analytics again.
Analytics are your best friend here. Seriously. A content calendar isn't set it and forget it. It needs constant checking and tweaking.
So diving back into TikTok Pro Analytics regularly.
Absolutely. Look at your views, sure, but also average watch time, where views are coming from, your audience demographics, and those peak activity times again. See what's hitting and what's missing.
So you're looking for patterns. Like, okay, my tutorial videos always do better than my behind-the-scenes ones.
Exactly. Or posts on Wednesday evenings always seem to flop. If you see those patterns, you adjust. Maybe post more tutorials. Maybe test a different time slot for Wednesdays.
What about A/B testing? Is that useful here?
Definitely. Try posting similar content at different times, or use slightly different captions or hooks. See what performs better. There was this creator, Jalen Miles, who saw a 2x boost in FYP placements just by testing when they posted their duets.
Wow, just by changing the timing of one content type.
Yeah, it shows how small tweaks based on data can have a big impact. So the main thing is, be flexible. Review your calendar maybe every 2 to 4 weeks.
2 to 4 weeks. That often.
Yeah, things move fast. See what the data says, look at new trends, and be ready to pivot. Agility beats perfection here.
Okay, this has been super practical. So for someone listening right now, ready to actually build this calendar, what are the concrete first steps? Like step 1, 2, 3.
Okay, 5 key steps. Step 1, audit. Look at your last 20, 30 posts, what worked, what didn't. Note your best formats, times, your baseline numbers.
Right, know where you're starting from. Step 2.
Define your pillars. Choose maybe 2 to 4 core themes for your content. Then, map out your posting cadence, that 1-3 times a day goal, assigning pillars to slots. Maybe Tutorial Tuesdays or something fixed.
Okay, audit, pillars, and cadence. Step 3.
Research. Make it a weekly habit. Spend time on the Discover page, check relevant hashtags, see what competitors or leaders in your space are doing, find trends you can adapt.
Weekly research. Got it. Step 4.
Plan and batch. Try to create content 1-2 weeks ahead. Batching saves a ton of time. Use TikTok Scheduler. It lets you schedule up to 10 days out now. Use a spreadsheet, whatever helps you organize.
Plan, batch, schedule. Okay, last step. Step 5.
Review and refine. This loops back to analytics. Every couple of weeks, look at what worked, what didn't, ditch the duds, double down on the winners, then repeat the whole cycle.
Audit, pillars, cadence, research, plan, batch, review, refine. Okay, so pulling it all together. Consistent strategic posting, probably 1-3 times daily. Nail your timing using your analytics. Build around clear content pillars.
Right, and don't forget to leverage trends smartly. Use those interactive features like duets and stitches. Consider collaborations.
And optimize for search. And most importantly, keep looking at the data and be ready to adapt that calendar. It's not static.
Exactly. It's about finding that rhythm between good content and enough frequency, and just staying flexible. A well-managed calendar really is a powerful tool for growth. It's your roadmap.
So for you listening, here's a thought to leave you with. What if you picked just one new TikTok feature to really experiment with consistently over the next month? Maybe it's trying weekly lives, maybe it's doing more stitches. How could focusing on mastering just one thing potentially shift your reach and engagement? Something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.